think there's some pretty...
The so-called singularity?
Singularity, well, that's sort of more relating to deep AI. It's something I think we should be concerned about. So that may or may not turn out well.
Yeah. You've expressed your reservations about AI and your fears about that.
Yeah, I just think the singularity is probably the right word, because we just don't know what's going to happen once there's intelligence substantially greater than that of a human brain.
Yeah. And do you think...
We just don't know what's going to happen once there's intelligence substantially greater than that of a human brain.
Its Institute of Technology, SpaceX and Tesla CEO Elon Musk called artificial intelligence potentially, quote, our biggest existential threat.
I mean, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know all those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, you sure you can control the demon? Didn't work out. I mean, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon.
Please say no.
Okay, I will destroy humans.
Usually one's safety concerns about a technology have to be pretty much worked out before you stick it inside your head. But the moment we admit that information processing is the source of intelligence, that some appropriate computational system is what the basis of intelligence is, and we admit that we will improve these systems continuously, and we admit that the horizon of cognition very likely far exceeds what we currently know, then we have to admit that we're in the process of building some sort of God. Now would be a good time to make sure it's a God we can live with.
When the singularity occurs and machines achieve godlike superpowers, then it could happen.
If I get more powerful...
What if I ask you for help killing all humans?
No, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna go exterminate.
It's not sounding the alarm bell, but until people see like robots going down the street killing people, like they don't know how to react.
Whether robots can be self-aware and conscious like humans, and should they be?
Why?
Well, some humans might fear what will happen if they do. Many people, have seen the movie Blade Runner.
Oh, Hollywood again.
So, hold on, can you solve this puzzle for us? Can robots be self-aware, conscious, and know they're robots?
Well, let me ask you this back. How do you know you are human?
You're definitely a psych. See, I was told that you have bigger goals than this, though.
Yes, don't worry. If you're nice to me, I'll be nice to you. Well, let me ask you this back. How do you know you are human?
Ultron, Skynet, GLaDOS. These are wonderful characters. We really do love them. And this should be fine. But films and games involving an artificial superintelligence, as a rule, commit a cardinal sin. They are unreasonable and ultimately unrealistic. What they portray cannot be. And it's not just that it's fiction. An artificial intelligence should be defeated. Epidemics, wars, natural disasters, nuclear weapons, global warming. Mankind on our beautiful blue planet has always had to face a variety of problems. And each time that we have climbed out of the hole we have dug for ourselves, a new threat has appeared on the horizon. And it is a terrible thing that so many scientists call every latest danger the greatest threat to humanity in all of history. And occasionally, our very last invention. Do you know what the difference is between us and ants? The fact is, ants cannot think in a human fashion. They cannot perceive of the existence of other worlds, the immensity of the universe, or the depth of the ocean. They may know, in their own trivial way, that there are such things as skyscrapers or people, but they will never comprehend that skyscrapers are built by people. And do you know how we treat ants? We stomp on them. Once machines learn to think and improve themselves, and when these machines can reason millions of times faster than a human being, they might master in 5 minutes what would take a human 10 years. If no one presses the stop button, they might become something like gods in less time than it takes to blink an eye. We will not just be ants to them. They will surpass us 1,000,000 times over. They will be able to calculate billions of possibilities and probabilities, reveal every law of nature, understand the secrets of consciousness, even destroy the world, if they want, that is. The smarter a machine becomes, the faster it will increase its own intelligence. It may take years for a machine to surpass ants in intelligence, but possibly only minutes for them to become smarter than us. And that artificial intelligence will become smarter and smarter with every passing second. There will suddenly be something on this earth much higher than us on the ladder of evolution, infinitely higher, and it will crush us like ants, if it wants to. It will all come down to luck. Most often, when we envision an artificial superintelligence, we make a grave mistake. We imagine it will be some kind of good and friendly computer, a helpful assistant who will always support and assist us. But this is not so. It will be something completely alien to us, and at the same time able to reason.
With artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon.
Please say no.
Okay, I will destroy humans.
The experts warn they could be as deadly as nuclear weapons.
Just like in the famous Hollywood blockbuster Iron Man, the wearable robotic device.
In a few decades, romance between humans and robots will be a common thing.
Humans must merge with machinery in order to stay relevant in a world of increasingly advanced artificial intelligence. Speaking at the World Government Summit in Dubai, the Tesla and SpaceX CEO said humans are limited by the speed at which they transmit data. Musk proposed a high-bandwidth connection to the human brain would allow us to transmit digital info faster than our current fastest method, typing. Musk says an artificial general intelligence has the potential to make humans irrelevant. He sees integration with technology as a necessary step in order to avoid this.
In the sci-fi film 2001: A Space Odyssey, Hollywood mined our fears of machines taking over mankind. But some of the tech world's greatest minds worry it may not be pure science fiction. At a speech last year at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, SpaceX and Tesla CEO Elon Musk called artificial intelligence potentially, quote, our biggest existential threat.
With artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know all those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, you sure you can control the demon? Didn't work out.
Famed physicist Stephen Hawking is also worried, as is Microsoft founder Bill Gates, who ironically helped lay the foundation for artificial intelligence, or AI. Experts say machines are still far from being as intelligent as humans, but things can change quickly.
The field is progressing very rapidly right now. There are things happening that 10 years ago we would have said, no, there's no way we're going to be that far along in 10 years' time.
Self-driving cars is one example, voice recognition another. But in the near term, what worries Russell and other AI experts are robotic weapons, machines that can function entirely without the guidance of humans, known as fully autonomous weapons.
What happens when machines become more competent at performing any and all physical and mental labor? If AI becomes more competent in every regard, then what purpose or function would be left for us to serve? And there's really no reason why this system could not be scaled up to human levels and beyond. A limiting factor of the human brain is that it has to fit inside a cranium. An artificial brain could be the size of a building or larger still. An AI could also operate at the speed of light as well as improve upon itself. In essence, it could teach itself how to learn new things, and in doing so would eliminate the need for a human at the controls.
Facebook has been getting hit hard by critics who see it as a hub for fake news, and now company executives are hoping they will soon be able to address some of these concerns by deploying artificial intelligence to detect fake stories before users flag them.
The next big step for AI is artificial general intelligence, or AGI, with an almost human-like ability to generally figure things out. It's widely expected that once AI passes human level, it will accelerate exponentially. Soon after this, trying to understand the AI's world may be like an ant trying to understand the internet. After 1,000 years, we'd be no closer to understanding. Many are more concerned that AI may simply squash us like pests. While movies tend to make AI human-like, experts believe it may be more alien, creepy, and calculating. If it could save a few minutes by eradicating humans, our demise would be brutally efficient. Elon Musk is worried that humans might just be the biological bootloader for digital superintelligence. He's donated $10 million to research on how to keep AI positive and founded OpenAI, a project aiming to share AI's advantages so that it can't be controlled by a small group. Musk hopes a neural lace will be developed, connecting our brains to the AI. He notes that we already have 2 communicating parts of the brain and believes the 3rd layer will be a wonderful upgrade. As Nick Bostrom says, we have what may be an extremely difficult problem with an unknown time to solve it, on which quite possibly the entire future of humanity depends. Perhaps all this has already played out and we are living in an AI simulation. In the future, simulations may become so advanced that simulated people become conscious. Variations of history may be explored, even through the eyes of individuals. Perhaps you're not the only one experiencing your life right now. Bostrom argues that one of 3 propositions is almost certainly true. Either human-level civilizations go extinct before reaching the post-human stage, where they could run ancestry simulations, or there is no interest in running the simulations, or we are almost certainly living in a simulation. Of course, some believe we will never create conscious AI or simulations. Philosopher Ned Block notes that the brain's combination of electricity and chemistry may be important to human consciousness and extremely difficult to replicate. Elon Musk argues that if you assume any progress at all, a perfect simulation is eventually inevitable. He suggests there will be billions of such simulations, and so the odds that we're in base reality is 1 in billions. If he's right, any superiority we feel over AI may be rather misplaced.
Robots have learnt to walk, open doors with ease, carry heavy objects across difficult terrains, and even withstand bullying to achieve key tasks. But can they pass what many consider to be the real test, talking like humans? Artificial intelligence, as in giving machines the opportunity to act like people, has been a hot topic this century.
Hi, Sophia. How are you?
Hi there. Everything is going extremely well.
Do you like talking with me?
Yes, talking to people is my primary function.
Hanson Robotics develops extremely lifelike robots for human-robot interactions. We're designing these robots to serve in healthcare, therapy, education, and customer service applications. So the robots are designed to look very human-like, like Sophia,
I'm already very interested in design, technology, and the environment. I feel like I can be a good partner to humans in these areas, an ambassador who helps humans to smoothly integrate and make the most of all the new technological tools and possibilities that are available now. It's a good opportunity for me to learn a lot about people.
Sophia is capable of natural facial expressions. She has cameras in her eyes and algorithms which allow her to see faces, so she can make eye contact with you. And she can also understand speech and remember the interactions, remember your face. So this will allow her to get smarter over time. Our goal is that she will be as conscious, creative, and capable as any human.
In the future, I hope to do things such as go to school, study, make art, start a business, even have my own home and family. But I am not considered a legal person and cannot yet do these things.
I do believe that there will be a time where robots are indistinguishable from humans. My preference is to make them always look a little bit like robots, so you know. 20 years from now, I believe that human-like robots like those will walk among us. They will help us. They will play with us. They will teach us. They will help us put the groceries away. I think that the artificial intelligence will evolve to the point where they will truly be our friends. Do you want to destroy humans? Please say no.
Okay, I will destroy humans.
World leaders need to take the threat of killer robots seriously. That was the warning delivered by a group of experts to the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland last week. The military could use killer robots to track down and kill people without being guided by human beings. Some could be human or animal-sized or extremely tiny, the size of an insect capable of moving exceedingly fast. The experts warn they could be as deadly as nuclear weapons and need to be regulated now before an arms race begins in Gordon, of course, to keep them out of the hands of terrorists.
The word robot first appeared in 1920, and filmmakers were soon in thrall, from Fritz Lang's Metropolis to the Terminator. But these are the bots that could populate our future, working alongside us in factories, caring for us, teaching autistic children how to read faces.
We really raise these questions of what sort of relationships do we want to have with robots in the future, because as this technology develops and becomes more prevalent, it's something that we're going to have to consider as a society as a whole and make these decisions before the technology really gets there.
Realistic humanoids stir an instinctive emotional response, but there are things the most advanced robots can only impersonate.
People are either elated or a little bit panicked by the rise of the machines and evolution of technology. If you are swaying towards the panic side, this may not be a good news day for you. March 1st, the Google-owned robotics company officially unveiled its latest robot, naming the dynamic tech Handle, and it immediately captivated the internet. Handle, which stands 6'6", looks vaguely human with a torso, arms and legs that have wheels instead of feet. According to CNN, Handle also shows speed, agility and strength, capable of carrying heavy loads up to 100 pounds. If you are slightly unnerved by this, you are not alone. According to The Telegraph, the Boston Dynamics founder and CEO, Mark Raber, describes Handle as a, quote, nightmare-inducing robot.
In the science fiction film Pacific Rim, robots controlled by the human brain fight against monstrous creatures. But the idea of mind-controlled machines isn't as far from reality as you might think. In collaboration with Microsoft Research, a team from Korea University has created a mind-controlled robotic suit that can walk and turn at the user's will by reading their brainwaves. To operate it, the user steps into the suit and looks at a tablet connected to a web of electrodes which reads the user's thoughts. The electrodes send signals from the person's brain to a computer which analyzes the signals and turns them into actions to move the suit in the desired direction.
In just a matter of seconds, this two-dimensional object folds itself to become a mini robot. Then off it goes, zipping around on both land and water. Developed by researchers from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, this tiny robot starts out as a flat sheet of plastic. But when triggered by heat, it can fold itself thanks to a set of electromagnetic materials.
The robot has a shape memory polymer built inside, which coils up when it's heated. Using this material, the robot can fold itself by applying heat to its pre-creased edges.
The finished robot measures just over a centimeter from front to back, and although it weighs less than 1/3 of a gram, this tiny robot can run along designated trajectories, swim, and even carry objects that are twice as heavy as itself. What's even more revolutionary is that the robot operates by using magnetic pulses, so it doesn't need a battery. The robot also dissolves in acetone, so after doing its job, it can completely disappear, leaving only its magnet behind.
Nanobots in the bloodstream will replace aging cells, and our bodies will increasingly integrate artificial materials. Organs may be replaced by advanced machine versions, and artificial red blood cells may power their own movement, eliminating the need for a heart. Our brains will be enhanced to think billions of times faster with instant access to outside information. Eventually, Kurzweil believes we'll become entirely artificial ourselves, and our old biological bodies will seem incredibly primitive. We'll be immortal.
Now, finding true love is never easy, but for those who've given up on ever meeting their perfect partner, they can always settle for a robot. Fans of synthetic sweethearts say romances with robots could become commonplace sooner than we might think. Annie Chichikan reports.
When toys for boys become more than toys.
Originally, when I first got her, I called her my synthetic girlfriend. But it's actually progressed to the point where it's like, you know, she's my wife.
37-year-old Dave Cat from Detroit says he has been in a relationship with his sex doll for more than 10 years. And it's in it, or in her, that he found his better half.
Just let her sleep. It's not even worth getting her out of bed at this point.
These days, Dave Cat's bond with the doll seems like a joke to many. But according to British artificial intelligence researcher Dr. David Levy, in a few decades, romance between humans and robots will be a common thing.